Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today I will be doing my currently inked for October 2025. Unfortunately, I still do not have an overhead tripod for filming, so bear with me while I, wait to finally step up my professional game a bit for my pen and ink videos. I did some cute little spooky season drawings. I know they don't look the most professional. I'm not really experienced at all with doing art in miniature scale, or nor am I experienced with making drawings with fountain pens, but you get the idea. I absolutely love Halloween, and I chose pretty much spooky season type of colors and pens. This is my absolute favorite time of year. I love Halloween and spooky season. My one of my dream careers besides being a paleoanthropologist would be to have some kind of Halloween themed business I could do all year, like haunted house tours, like driving a haunted hay wagon, like selling Halloween goods, designing Halloween costumes, that kind of thing. So let's just start getting down with it. Now, first up is my Dionysus pen. This was a Drum Ghouls exclusive. This is a Leonardo Momento Zero. I just could not resist that beautiful purple. It looks more eye-popping in person, and I love the green and the orange and the white. It's just so many beautiful colors all coming together. This was, I believe, one of only 75 pens, and I have this inked with Diamine's Deadly Nightshade. This is a Cult Pens exclusive. I could not freaking resist it because there are two skulls in the bottle. That is just after my own macabre heart. It has it's both a shimmer and a sheening ink. It sheens really, really like greenio, and I can even see the shadows, not the shadows of the skulls peeking through. I'm so sorry if this setup filming with my computer doesn't look the most professional, but I really am trying the best I can with the things I do have. And so where's my ink mother is right here, and I know I don't have the best filming setup either. I'm just like this tiny little space on my desk, unlike everyone else on PenTube. They seem to have the luxury of really big desks, and they can reach around for stuff and not confined within like 2 feet, 3 feet, whatever of space. So hopefully I will not forever look so freaking amateurish and just not the most professional I could look. I love these skulls. They're so freaking awesome. I showed them on a previous video, I believe, when I was showing off the ink. So, and I know the October in 2025, they're not really in line. They're kind of, because I'm so used to writing on notebooks with lines instead of blank notebooks, so I don't really always know how to exactly get them perfectly aligned, and that's one of those things that just kind of sets my teeth on edge. Oh no, I didn't align it as well as I should have. I'm Fred would have a field day with me. That looks, I guess that's good enough. Just rinse that off. I have my thing next to me. Just do a little writing sample with that. I have to put all my ink bottles off to the side on my windowsill because I just don't have the room on the desk space right in front of me. Now the curtain. That's, of course, you always have to shake up your pens before you write with them. So yeah, I can definitely, the green sheen is already poking through. So this is what I'm totally blanking on my format. Okay, so I put the name of the pen first and then the ink. This is still very, very new to me. I'm really not trying to look unprofessional on purpose. Yeah, I look so amateurish and stoogey. I'm so freaking sorry. So this is Leonardo Momento Zero. No, I'm sorry, Leonardo. Yeah, Momento Zero. I have a Momento Magical also in the pile. Leonardo, and this is a medium. Memento Zero, medium, Dionysus, Diamine, Deadly Nightshade, Deadly, hopefully I can squeeze that all in without going to the next line because I hate the blank space. Just it kind of, I mean, no offense if you do this, I know many people do, but it just kind of makes my eyes twitch when I see people writing right in the middle of a notebook or leaving the first few lines empty or not using up the whole page. Like, dude or dudette, look at all that free space you could have to write or draw, and you're just like voluntarily, like happily wasting it. So that's just, not how I personally roll at all. And next up, this is one of my favorite pens. It's one of those permanently inked combos, Fire Embers from Diamine with Autumn Leaves. This is a Retro 51 Gold Spot exclusive. I just absolutely had to have this, and this is one of my most special pens. I think I'll be doing some videos in future, particularly when I have the overhead tripod finally, talking about the most, meaningful, like personal, emotional pens in my collection. So, and this is a beautiful, beautiful color of like reddish orange. It's so freaking perfect. It was from a previous ink vent calendar, not sure which. I only started getting the ink vents last year. I'm really looking forward to the 2025 teal edition coming through the mail. Hopefully there will not be extra tariffs at my other end, because I bought it in the summer sale before the de minimis exemption was like ended. But who knows, like they're constantly changing, playing hacky sack with like the tariff crap. But anyway, politics over. I just love how beautiful and orange this color is, and this is an extra fine. I do apologize for not having much space. They have a really, really, really good extra fine, or at least in this particular pen I got for Retro 51. Retro 51. And tell me what you guys do for your, currently inked or just ink videos in general. I know some people, they kind of like blank out their like vocals and they overdub talking through the inks like after the fact with a new vocal track, or they just put like music in the background. This is Retro 51 Autumn Leaves. I also write very close together because again, like, well, that's and from like some CPSD from junior high, in addition to just I don't want to waste space. That's the way I was, I guess, taught. Autumn Leaves, extra fine. And this is Diamine. Yeah, better, like, just, who cares about that space on the end? Just, this is more important to use up this space on the page right here. Diamine. Fire Embers. Fire Ember or Embers? It's been a while since I have used this, but yeah, Fire. Yep, Embers. That was embarrassing. Fire Embers. Fire Embers. It's absolutely a perfect pairing for this ink. I couldn't imagine ever using like anything else in it. I filled it up like, 8, 9 times that first like season I had it, those first couple of months. It is that awesome of a pen. I absolutely love it, and they have a great extra fine nib, and I love the tubes. There are things coming. I'm sorry if there's like too much like light coming off of the pen. It's like shining off of the bronzy kind of rose gold. I just could not resist, and I never post this pen because it would runk up the artwork. I don't post any of my Retro 51s because such nice artwork. Why would I want to ruin that? Let's see what I'm going to put up here next. This is Dracula from Wearing Yule, and this is in the appropriately paired Dracula Momento Magico from Leonardo. This was a Pen Chalet exclusive. Again, I could absolutely not resist this. I'm sorry, the lighting is just all jacked. It just doesn't seem to be coming up. Again, let me know in the comments if you're still watching at this point what lighting systems you guys use for your own pen and ink videos. And this is, of course, a shimmer ink, so I'm going to have to shake it up. That's always the really annoying thing about like shimmer inks when you're doing it on video. You have to go so freaking fast. So, oh no, it's all settled down to the bottom all over again, and I'm wasting valuable time shaking it up. Maybe people are going to be DNFing me because I'm not going as fast as I'm supposed to. So anyway, Dracula, Wearing Yule. Like, who could resist red? It looks absolutely like blood. This is like, who could imagine a more perfect red color for Halloween? And the shimmer makes it even better. I think this might end up one of those permanently like inked matched pairs. Just, I love this beautiful blood red. And it is, the samples, the swatches do bleed a little bit sometimes to the next page. There's some heavy ghosting, but it's not like, you know, too bad. You know, I can still use the other page for my thing. And it has a, yeah, a little bit of like, you know, purpley shimmer too. Of course, when at the end of the video, I will bring it closer so you guys can see the inks, you know, as they're meant to be. So this is Leonardo Momento Magico. This is a medium. Momento Magico. Dracula. Paired with Wearingeul Dracula. I don't like letters to have any spaces. I always like fill them in if there's just a little bit of space. You know, that's just one of my idiosyncrasies. Again, Freud would have a friggin', you know, field day with me. And next up is another Wearingeul ink, and this is the Benu Astro Gems Juno. This is my favorite of the 3 Astro Gems I have. Like this beautiful, like purple and pink. It just like goes together so well. I love this color combo, and that is paired with Frankenstein from Wearingeul, another shimmer ink. So I have to go better wipe off my ink muddler before I do that again. I just don't have much space to comfortably stretch out when doing these videos like everyone else seems to take for granted when they're doing their, you know, pen and ink videos. But hopefully this won't be, you know, permanently. I will be confined to this tiny ass little space. Hopefully the shimmers haven't settled already. Purple is my favorite color. I could resist using this for Halloween. This might be one of my favorite purples in my collection. It's just so freaking eye-popping, and it has a great shimmer. I did initially do a video when I was swatching Frankenstein and Izzy Monster from Robert Oster, which is an Atlas exclusive, but I was so humiliated when I realized I confused which ink was in which pen when I was writing the names of the inks on the swatch card. So I felt like, why humiliate myself by publicly posting that? And there were other humiliating, like, snafus I made during that video, so I decided just like shelve it. Like, why humiliate myself in freaking public? But hopefully, again, this is all a work in progress for me. I won't look so amateurish forever. Eventually, I will, you know, catch on and start doing something right. This is Benu Astro Gems Juno medium. And this is Wearingeul Frankenstein. Again. Yeah, tell me down below if you guys are still watching at this point. What are your favorite Halloween pens and inks? Your favorite colors in general? This is going to be my LeBoeuf pen. I'm George Washington. I had this custom. It was originally fine, but the nib was just garbage from the jump. I think it might have gotten damaged in shipment because it was like separated from the pen. It wrote like crap on every single kind of paper I tried it on. Like, I think 5 different types of paper, including fountain pen friendly and regular, like, you know, printer and notebook paper and such like that. I could like feel it dragging against the fibers. It wasn't just like, you know, feedback like, you know, a sailor, for example. And so Kirk Spear ground it down into a Concord nib for me, which is really cool. And I have this inked with Yosemite green from Monteverde. Like, you know, green is such a classic, perfect Halloween color. And I will not have to do the ink muddler for this because you see the Concord nib, it's like a little hook, so it writes like a needle point on the normal side, and then when you turn it around, it's like a 1.5 millimeter stub. So that's going to be really cool. It's definitely a different experience. This is like kind of like a fude nib, only in reverse, and it's really good for, you know, drawing and of course calligraphy. And it definitely gulps ink if you're like want to use up a lot of ink quickly in a pen. I don't, for whatever reason, oh, you want to ink up some more pens for the new month or whatever. That's really a lovely it's like, a kind of a surprise with those nibs. Oh, it's like completely different pen just when you flip it around more than the, reverse writing. LaBeouf, George Washington. You have to be, careful with like a Concord nib so you don't, like bash it or whatever, because it's like, like hooked down, like if you hold it the wrong way or press too hard, like goodbye, beautiful custom nib. Yeah, there's a lot of space between those lines. It's like making my eyes twitch, but that's just one of my idiosyncrasies. Washington, Concord, Concord. It's already running out of, what the hell is going on? It's humiliating. Don't know why it was like refusing to write, but that was embarrassing. Monteverde, Yosemite Green. At the time I got this custom ground, I was much more into smaller nibs. I since got a lot more into medium nibs, particularly for showing off inks with special properties. But, there, of course, I still do like, the thinner nibs. It's just like usually not my first pick anymore. Yosemite Green. Yosemite Green. So 5 down. And this is one of my favorite pens. Let's see what the time is. I think it's showing about 18 minutes or whatever. So this is from the new hand-painted Dia de los Muertos. This is a cult pen exclusive. This screamed, I have to have it the moment I saw it. It is just after my own macabre heart. And I have this inked with Inferno, another Wearingeul ink. I love their inks. It is a bit on the... It's not on the dry side, but it is more, I guess, like medium-ish. It's not a super wet ink, so you have to, watch out what kind of, paper you are pairing it with and what kind of nib. If you like a certain kind of like writing experience more, you just don't like, oh, it feels like it's too scratchy or it's not wet enough on the page. Thankfully, this is not a shimmer ink. I don't have to shake it up. I thought an ink stain. Hopefully that's not that. That was just water. Find out afterwards. It's a really, really nice black. But most black inks, as I've come to discover, they're not like black, true black. They're more of a very, dark gray, and many even have kind of like a purplish undertone. But I have yet to try like the pure black that Platinum has. That is like, hella expensive, as the youngins would say. It's always good to have a black ink, particularly when it's spooky season. Let's see how many more of these I have to get through. Off to the side. Benu, Dia de los... And this is a minima. Benu, minima. Dia de los Muertos. This is a fine. And this is Wearingeul Inferno. And this is part of their Dante set. I have a video swatching all of those inks. Let's see, what should I do next? What pens? Oh, I'm still going through. There's like a lot left from last month. The Foresta Umbra from Leonardo. This is another Momento Zero. This is inked with Birthday Cake from Monteverde. I love this ink so much. It's a really, really pretty kind of like, brownish red color. Definitely highly recommend this beautiful ink, as well as the Sweet Life set. There are a couple of inks in there that, aren't really like my style, because they're like so light. The Mango Moose and the key lime pie, but they have their use, maybe a little bit more for artwork or for a really, really super broad nib. I love this color. It's so pretty. Tell me in the comments, what are your own favorites, like brown shades? Do you like, reddish brown, or like a so-called like true brown more, or other kinds of like undertones with the brown, like a brown black, or whatever other combinations you like? I have to fill that in because my eyes are going to twitch if that is left unfilled in. That's good enough. And this is an extra fine. By the time I found out about the pen, only extra fine and broad were left, and I erred on the side of caution and went with the extra fine. I have yet to try out a Leonardo broad, but maybe I would like it. So Leonardo Menta Zero. I love the Momento Zero, and Leonardo is one of my absolute favorite brands. I have 7 of their pens at the moment. Momento Zero. Extra fine. Foresta Umbra. And I have a whole unboxing video I did that E isn't formed right. Foresta Umbra. This is Monteverde birthday cake. I understand why people just X out the original vocal track, or don't do a vocal track at all, then dub in this is the ink, this is this ink, and that's that ink, and this is what I think about this ink, so they don't just waste time with tons of useless blabbing and stuff like that. I know a lot of people, some people have criticized my videos. Oh, breathless blabbing, get to the point, blah blah blah. This is pumpkin cake. Pumpkin cake. Yeah, apparently I believe people have said pumpkin cake is one of the most popular inks in the Sweet Life series. What else do I have off to the side? I have the Yosemite Green. I already used that. I used the pumpkin cake. Mulberry Noir. This is the Visconti. This was not this exclusive. It's now finally sold out. There were only 50 pieces made. It really sucks. They put it into a doorbuster price after I got it, although I did get a good sale on it for the Memorial Day. This is a Voyager series, Lavender Isle, and I still have yet to upload the video talking about this in another Atlas exclusive, Silica. I filmed the part 1, but I filmed the part 2. Update how the pens are work. Oh, sorry, I'm such a damn stooge. I forgot to do the ink little swatchers again. This is very much a work in progress for me. I don't yet have a system. I'm doing this. No, I'm doing that. Streamline it. Do it as quickly as possible. Don't waste time blabbing about things most people don't care about when they don't know me from Adam yet. Mulberry Noir. This is another of my favorite purple inks. It's so beautiful and just bright, happy. I'm not really fond of light purples or light colors in general. A medium, and it depends on the type of medium and how it looks in the pen, but I just really like bright, eye-popping, here I am type of purples and blues and reds, oranges. Just I could live in purple if I could. Just cap that up, and I don't yet have a testing dip pen like the Kakimori thing I've seen a bunch of people doing. I never post this because it so much potential to get stuck and then have to yank and pull, and that would be humiliating, particularly on camera. That's another reason I didn't post a previous pen video of the Noveler. It got freaking stuck. I had finally pulled it off and a huge thing of ink came onto my notebook that was too humiliating to post up online. Visconti Voyager Lavender Isles. This is a fine. Lavender Isles. Is this Isle or Isles? I don't remember the name. I have to peek back. This is Lavender Isles. Good. With a smudge. That was embarrassing, but whatever. This is Monteverde Mulberry Noir. Mulberry Noir. I write faster with my right hand than my left hand. It's usually better when I print with my left hand. I've yet to do that video I've promised for a while about handedness and which hand I prefer for what type of writing and how I write, like, and such like. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8. Let's see, what else do I have? Yeah, I still have a lot of like coffee break inked by Colorverse in the TWSBI espresso. This was my, the one I really, really wanted to get, and I finally cracked, no pun intended, and went down the TWSBI rabbit hole. They do have really, really great nibs, like everyone says. I mean, I should do a video talking about the pens I have from the more in-depth from their breakfast series. Apparently many people might be like cracking because they just tighten too much on that cap, because there's no like indicator, okay, now it's closed. They just keep cranking and cranking until it won't move anymore. That's not really healthy. Of course that's going to lead to lots of stress fractures. This is more on the, I guess, medium side of brown, but it definitely looks like coffee. I'm not really a coffee drinker at all, but it is definitely evokes the feeling of coffee and matches well with the brown of the pen. And brown, it's a great Halloween, like earth tone, like spooky season, autumnal color. Just to fill that in, I guess that's good enough, whatever. And this is a broad nib. Hopefully I'm not losing my voice in the middle of this video. I'm trying to do it in one take through. This is TWSBI Eco Espresso Bronze. This is in Colorverse Coffee Break. And by this point, it's like totally not even lined up anymore with the ink sample. I'm so very sorry about that, but whatever. And let's see, what else do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I also have, plenty of brown sugar ink still hanging, or maybe not plenty, I guess half, but I'm really enjoying this, the brown sugar ink in the TWSBI Eco Creme. This is a beautiful, like, vanilla-y kind of color. This was also in last month's video. This is a great, great brown, and it goes on, like, really, really thickly in this particular broad nib. I don't know if that's, I mean, the other broads I have, like from TWSBI, aren't writing nearly that thick, so maybe it's just a super, super freaking wet ink, and it has a really, it just like pops on the page. So I do highly recommend this if you guys are interested in that kind of like deep, dark brown ink. It's just so freaking, beautiful all over the page. Sample with that. I mean, pretty much any color can go in a pen that's like, like white, vanilla, creme color. But I do like, the coffee theme, and brown is a perfect contrast with this. TWSBI Eco Creme Bronze. Monteverde Brown. Oh, sorry, this is a broad. Monte Brown Sugar Broad. Again, this is a big learning process for me. So what else do I currently have? Ink that's still hanging around. Yeah, I still do. This is also still inked with a lot of salted caramel from the Diamine Ink Vent calendar. It's not going down like so thickly as I had hoped it to, even when I put it in a broader nib. So I need it in a stub nib to have the fullest effect, or I'm just not using it on the right kind of like paper yet. But live and learn. Salted caramel, it's like such a beautiful, like, warm, like, Did I have all the shimmers? No, not yet. Such a beautiful, like, golden shimmer and mixed with brown. This is just such, hold it upside down until again, this is a process I really, really need to streamline and learn how to do better. But I think I'm better on time than I was in the previous currently inked videos. So at least I am, gradually learning from my mistakes. At least the mother helps to stir it up if you don't get it all on the first go round. So this is salted caramel from Diamine, and it really, really, pops. Fill up the rest of the page with it, so I don't have to, reach for another ink or fill up another pen just so I can just so my eyes won't twitch at all that blank space on the page. And this is a really, I just love this ink. It's so pretty. It's just such a beautiful gold color, and I would have thought, I originally thought it's a great A, and it's an A for effort, but just totally not my style at all. But you never know what kinds of inks you might end up falling for. I have to get that shake that up so it goes on well. Nice shimmer. This is the Cafe. I don't know, maybe if it's just not coming out so well because it's clogging, that might be the problem. Twisby. Some of these Diamine shimmers from the ink vent, they seem to clog a lot. So I guess that's the problem, not the particular color or its ability to write. Twisby Eco Cafe. Yeah, see, it's coming out so thin. This is supposed to be a broad nib. I don't know what the hell's going on. I have to maybe, dip it in the little bottle, and see, that might help a little bit more. Get it, flowing again. Cafe. This is it's still not going after. Maybe I need to rinse it. This is Cafe Bronze. To play around with this more and discover why it's clogging so damn much. Maybe this isn't the particular right pen for this kind of shimmer ink, or this ink in general. This is Diamine Salted Caramel. That's the reason there's so much still hanging out in this pen from last month, because it just was too cloggy and not writing, and I had to keep going over it and over the letters for it to pick up, so that's not really a fun writing experience. Salted caramel. Salted caramel. The shimmer does really show up after it dries. Caramel. Go over those letters again and again. This just seems like such a cloggy ink, and I really would love a full bottle of it because it's just so unique. Cap that up, and finally finished with this. How many inks did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, my lucky number. So you can bring that up closer so you guys can see. This is the Deadly Nightshade. This is Fire Embers. This is Wearing Yule. The Diamine Fire Embers. Diamine Deadly Nightshade. Wearing Yule Dracula. Wearing Yule Frankenstein. Yosemite Green from Monteverde. Wearing Yule Inferno. Monteverde Pumpkin Cake. Monteverde Mulberry Noir. One of my favorite ink brands is Monteverde. This is the Coffee Break from Colorverse. This is the Brown Sugar from Monteverde. And finally, this is the Salted Caramel from Diamine that just does not want to behave in most of the pens I put it in. Maybe it would be better for dip pen writing or artwork, but I really do like it, and it's kind of disappointing to see it doesn't really behave as well as I had hoped when I finally started putting it in pens, because it does look so freaking pretty. And I do know I need to also learn how to make the size of my mini swatches relatively equal, instead of going from small to huge down at the bottom. And so, like, thank you guys very much for watching all the way through to the end. Please let me know, like, what colors and inks and stuff like you guys use for your own spooky season pens and pairings, or if you do that at all, and what do you like spooky season. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.